Hello, ever young family. This is your girl. Still on our book, 7 Chapters of Marriage. Today, I'm going to start with chapter 2b. The topic says, be the one to help. Are you a helper or a receiver? Listen carefully on what this book said about it. Death is bitter, even if it comes through accident, natural occurrences, or we anticipate it before it happens. All that will be left will be memory and the constant reminder. The constant reminder that physical contact would not be possible anymore. The pain associated with this loss led Jesus to weep at the death of Lazarus. If death were easy, tears would not have been this expensive. In moments like this, be the one who wipes the tears of the bereaved and give him or her many reasons why the death of a partner is not the end of life, even though it may seem so. Be the one who offers words of comfort and hope, the one ready to lift him or her up, the one who will be there to mourn with them and help them heal, because when left on their own, their minds and emotions will lead them on a path of shattered self-pity. Even if the obvious fact of the cause of death stares us in the face, it will now be prudent to speak about it. Deep thought. When you fall down, you must always get up, but slowly and with care. Wherever you fall, that is the very place you have to rise from. Before you move forward, you can always pick up the pace again if you learn to go slow, but with determination. When a partner dies, a scale is left on the other partner. What used to be fun may no more be appealing. What made sense might be nonsense, and what was glorious would be meaningless. If the partner is one who is strong, many questions are asked as to what went wrong, but none get answered nevertheless. St. Paul reminds us in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4. Love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it is not boastful, is not selfish, does not act improperly, is not selfish, is not provoked, does not keep a record of wrongs, find no joy in unrighteousness, but rejoice in the truth, bears all things, believe all things, hope all things, endures all things, love never ends. Ruth met a good man, Boaz, and the two married. They gave birth to Obed, who became the grandfather of King David. In this life, the death of a partner or when one leaves you does not have to be the end of life. Of course, we are allowed to mourn. We are permitted to cry our blood out. But after the pain of the loss, we must love again. We must care again. Go out again. Feel again and allow ourselves to smile again. Sometimes it takes courage to leave the old environment and follow your own normie. Many may not understand the pain from the loss of a partner, but even if we understand the totality of it, eventually the choice to move on would have been made. Grieving will get the attention of people. They will come to your aid, but not for long. You deserve to be loved again. Sometimes it is just good that we forget the past that made us cry and focus on the present that completes our life. Wow. Interesting. This is not an easy choice or decision like changing clothes or shoes, but it has to be made. The decision of Ruth is very uncommon in our time because sometimes, rather than marriage being seen as a teamwork, it sometimes looks like a contract where one must jump ship when things get a little tough. The question for personal comfort is becoming popular in many societies. Ruth would have been advised by her pearl to let the witch Naomi go back to her own people because that is the will of God. God wanted to free her from bondage, and that she was lucky. Her prayer were answered. Nonetheless, in a relationship, we must learn to make mutual decision. All Ruth needed was for Naomi to agree to what she was saying, and since she was a good woman, Naomi was satisfied going with her. It was a free choice. Ruth was not tricked into making a decision. Neither did Naomi ask it of her. This is what the authors call the acid test. It is not the action of Ruth that made Ruth who she is, but her reaction to the common situation that gives us a clue to who she really is. She offered to do the unthinkable. Rather than start all over, she decided to continue without regret. Let us remember that after the action, there is a reaction. The reaction determines who you really are. Sometimes it is always good to follow your heart and do what common sense dictates. It does not stand in the divine act of God. Albert Einstein once said, "Not everything that counts can be counted, and it is not everything that can be counted counts." Wow, let me say it again. Not everything that counts can be counted, and it is not everything that can be counted counts. Wow, what a proverb. So, here today talk about decision making and moving on. For those of us who mourn continuously, like since 2nd I lost my uncle, since 2nd of January, I haven't been myself. I mourn him almost every day. I usually tell people take heart, but at this point, I can't even take heart myself. I can see that it is easy to tell someone take heart, but when it happens to you, you find it difficult. Honestly, this chapter today is telling us, encouraging us to always move on when we lost someone. It shouldn't be the end of our life. We should always stand strong and forge ahead. Hello, my country people. This is still your girl, Ever Young. This is all I can tell you today. Have you lost someone you love so much that is so dear to your heart, like I have lost they say? Please, let us try. I'm the one telling you this. I know I'm not strong myself to tell you this, but I have to. After reading this today, I have advised and consoled myself, because Bible says what will be will definitely be, and before it happened, God knows it all. I've been through a lot in this life. Since 20 years now, I lost my dad. I've been fatherless. There are lots my father could have done for me or in my life. I've been fatherless. And this presently, my uncle has been playing a role of a